leaders of civil society groups in the country are concerned the Ghana Armed Forces could intervene, which could have implications for the stability of the country if the 2024 election degenerates into violence. These concerns come on the back of the refusal of the largest opposition party, the NDC, to sign a peace pact ahead of the 2024 general election. Executive Director of the Institute for Democratic Governance, Dr. Akwetey, says the issue of political party vigilantism is still very real despite a law prohibiting its existence.
There are precedents of violence, particularly in by-elections. You can talk about Etiwa, Ayawaso came in much later. You can talk about Talensi, and we can go on. And then you ask yourself, under which of these two parties in government did the violence occur? And what was done about the violence? Were the perpetrators arrested? Were they prosecuted? Were those injured? How did we handle them? And so on. So there's a certain impunity because both parties eventually then, as we saw in 2016 and thereafter in 2020, have vigilantes. They have now transformed from foot soldiers we saw first after the 2008 elections, getting to Itiwa. We saw that the foot soldiers had emerged in both camps. And then later on, subsequently, after 2012, we saw they were armed. And in 2016, we saw transition issues with armed groups coming up. And then the law came into place in 2020 ahead of the elections, and it had to be enforced. And then the warning. So there has been a steady evolution of potential violence. By this time, private armies, the vigilantes are private armies. It's only that we've been told they are owned by wealthy individuals within the parties, and the parties do not take ownership of them. And how have we dealt with that? So the situation that says resort to violence is threatening because the two parties now have their own private armies and they are armed and they've not been disarmed and so on, led to the enactment after the Ayawaso West War gone 2019 of the vigilante law. Civil society groups came together, we reviewed the bill, we took a collective stand, and we thought now the president spoke when the law was passed and the determination to deal with this. It didn't happen. It hasn't happened.